Let's go, boys.
Oh, baby.
The pod's back.
Good morning.
Can we get an intro, maybe?
Do you want me to intro it?
We get an intro, maybe?
Welcome back to the pod. America's been
I was talking
waiting.
about the guitar, but
Oh, you want me to play guitar?
No, Carson, play the guitar, please.
If you
This was
sing,
supposed
if
to
you
be-
sing with it, Hootie.
No.
Do the same beat.
Which one?
Add a little more color. CP Blitz is back. Week 9. Oak South. And I'm done because that's
Really it.
about all you guys get.
That was money. That was
Oh,
money.
man.
That was money.
The adrenaline.
Color.
It's
right
going.
now.
It's
Oh.
cracked.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
Okay, go. You were you were fixing to tell a story.
I was fixing to tell a story. So, me and Patty are in econ yesterday.
Oh, you're in the same class.
We are in the same
Realize
class.
that.
The class is filled with Jacob Hove, was one of the antagonists in the
Some
story.
goons.
Jacob Hove, Christian Lanphier, Sam Sludge, and Cole Jarrett, myself, and Patty.
Wow.
What are we talking about?
Econ.
Oh, we're starting.
Yeah, we're starting with that.
We're starting with econ.
We're starting with econ.
Yeah, so, we're not gonna. You said whose class it was already?
No, I haven't
So,
said
yeah,
that.
it's just one of the
So-
two economic
It's
teachers.
one of the two.
It's
Take-
not-
Take a pick.
It's not
matter.
Mr.
You don't have to narrow it
Justice.
down. Doesn't. You don't have to narrow it down.
So, we're chilling in econ, and Mr. Hove says, Hootie had a lot of just attitude on the bus. He acted like he owned the place. And I go, no, that's just not true. Hove
No.
was kicking my seat while I was trying to sleep on the way to North Platte, right? And I go, yeah, I was trying to get locked in for the game, and said teacher says, I'm gonna laugh. She goes, oh, well, now we know who it is. The teacher goes, well, what were you getting locked in for? Just to give high fives?
Wow.
And I was like,
Wow.
the whole class is laughing. I'm laughing too
As a
because it's
teacher,
true.
you
You
just-
can't
as a
fight
teacher,
it.
you just can't
He
do
laughing
that,
his
though.
pain away though.
Hey, I was laughing the pain away. It felt made me feel like I wasn't worth anything at the time, and said
Maybe-
teacher felt really really bad.
Yeah.
And I could tell that teacher meant it from the heart.
Oh, she meant that.
Oh, she meant it.
100%.
We know who it is now. I already leaked. So,
Yeah.
said
Wow.
teacher, it's okay. I don't know if you probably don't even watch this. But
This could be a brain break,
No,
maybe.
she definitely probably
Oh.
no,
won't.
this is gonna be the brain break for next
be a
class.
brain break.
This is gonna be the brain break for next class.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna watch this.
Oh,
It might
shit.
just be.
What's a brain break?
A brain break.
That's something I'm not familiar with.
We just stop class. Give the
Yeah.
brain a little break.
Yeah.
Take a
So
break.
your
5 minutes.
your public definition of Jackson
Yeah.
Cohout is only gonna take opportunity costs out of doing other things out of your class, so we can talk about Jack getting publicly
True.
embarrassed in front of the whole class. All
That's
right.
got to be extra credit.
On to Elkhorn South football.
Well, what we got to talk about last week.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about last week. North Platte.
The
That
boys
was-
took a 4-hour trip and dominated.
That was the
Straight
most.
up.
That was the most fun football game I think I've ever been to in my life.
Hey, you win.
Well, it's definitely the most fun.
One of 13 people.
One of 7.
Actually,
There was 7 seniors that went, and we were the only ones. But the whole experience was really fun.
it was really cool.
Because driving up and everything, it was all just really fun.
Yeah, it was the bus ride. I'll tell you, the trip up there was insane. We're driving, right? We're watching a movie, getting ready to watch a movie, and one of our coaches stands up. He's like, "All right, we gotta change buses when we get to Lincoln because this one has an engine issue." So we're like, "Great, just another thing that we're gonna have to deal with. We gotta deal with the little adversity."
Of
So
course.
BTA.
we get in Lincoln, right? We have to unload everything and then reload the other bus. So we get back on the road. We're watching Gladiator. Great film.
Wow.
Great
Oh,
film.
wow.
I
Great
have a
film.
gladiator story once we're done.
Great film. We get halfway, we get to Grand Island, we get off the bus. And another story. So, we were all split up, juniors and seniors were on the coach bus. And, the sophomores and trainers and film crew were on the little tiny buses, like the white ones we have. And Tony Caniglio, starting quarterback, is sleeping in the middle aisle. He hits his head while he's sleeping on, one of the metal, stands for the chair. Just starts bleeding from his head. So he's still asleep and he wakes up and he's just in a pool of his own blood. It was disgusting. And so we get to Grand Island. Yeah, this just another thing to add. Starting quarterback starts bleeding from his head. We get off the bus and none of us knew at this point. And so we get off the bus and we're in Grand Island and Tony just has a Band-Aid on his head. And we're like, Tony, what happened? And then I look next to him. There's just a pool of he had thrown up because he was nervous.
Oh.
And, first start kind of in this playoff, so he was kind of nervous. And it was just a whole thing. And it was probably the most interesting bus ride I've ever been a part of.
So QB1 lost a lot of bodily fluid before
Lots.
That's interesting.
You said you have a story?
I had a gladiator story that seems kind of irrelevant now, but I was watching. Actually, she came up on my TikTok on Bussin' with the Boys, Will Compton.
Of course.
But it was about a Michigan lineman from like 2012 or something, and they would have movie nights before, and they were playing OSU, and they had a really rough start to their season. This was like their third or fourth game. They were playing OSU, and they watched Gladiator, and everyone's like super fired up. And then the next day for the pep talk, the coach brings in Russell Crowe, and he does like the whole like thing and everything, and like he gets super hyped up. And then they went. They win one out the rest of the season, went 9-0.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe came and gave me a pep talk. I could run through a brick wall.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
but
a little off topic, but that's a good off topic.
Yeah. What was I gonna say, man? Something about the game or something.
North Platte or Oakland South?
North Platte.
What was it like, going into a
Did you get injury?
I did at the end of the game.
Attaboy. I didn't.
We were indeed kind of clowning them at the end of the game.
It was 27-0, right? By the end?
It was. We probably should have put it 42. On the first drive, we had that false start.
Mm-hmm.
On the Ezra, would have been Ezra's third touchdown of the game when we had the first field goal. We had a false start on the touchdown, so we ended up kicking the field goal. And then once that happened, a couple linemen came over to the sideline and were like, "Yeah, this game's over." Like they were saying they were hitting super high. They were all they had to do was just hold their blocks a little longer.
Yeah.
And you could tell Marty was getting ankle bit and like he was just 2 second block away from busting a huge run. It was super fun though. Like at the end of the game, like it was me, Willie, and Cronin. They're in like victory formation, and we're going like, "Hey!" We're just giving like random calls and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really fun. The bus ride back was really fun. The first hour, we all got like pizza. We're all just kind of like doing our own thing on the bus, watching our movies. And then 30 minutes after that, we were all just passed out.
Yeah, well, that was my story too. Because me and Grant drove back. We didn't even go back to Omaha. We drove to a small town about like 3 hours.
You went hunting, didn't you?
Yeah, we were going pheasant hunt next morning. So we went to Spalding, Nebraska, which is about 3 hours away from North Platte. And it was like first hour, stopped at Baker's, got breakfast for the next morning. Like we were like on top. We like stopped and like look at the stars. It was like super fun. And then like us like once we got like an hour away from Spalding, it was like struggle to stay awake.
Yeah, I could.
And I was like I was in the passenger seat and I was like just falling asleep and he'd like hit me and I'd be like, "Yeah, man, this looks great, dude. It's like so dark and stuff." But I got really tired.
Well, we have a state championship-esque game on Friday against the Elkhorn South Storm.
Indeed, we do.
It's going to be a dogfight. It's supposed to be rainy. The weather's supposed to be awful.
Which is awesome.
Nobody's going to throw the football. It's all going to be
pretty sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that we're on a turf field because we weren't.
Oh,
you look
that'd
like
be
just
so
look like you've been
sweet,
through war.
man.
I like turf. Turf when it's wet though is super fun.
They better not cancel that game because they're supposed to be lighting and stuff. But
I don't think they will. If anything, they'll just delay it. They have to play it.
Well, I know, but I hope they play it this Friday.
I'm really excited because it's kind of the first time in a while we've played other than last week. We played a really really good team. It's kind of like us. But the boys are hungry. The boys at the 11 seed. It's so cool being an underdog. It's so cool being an underdog.
You got nothing to lose, man.
It's like we're coming in your place.
Not even a true underdog.
Not really, but according to the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at the number in front of us, you're like, oh, that's the 11 seed. They shouldn't win. But like,
nobody wants to play the 11 seed.
But if you look at who we've played, who our 3 losses are to, you'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah, I don't want to play them. So it'll be a fun game. Really good defense over there. Very similar to us.
Their lines are both really good, aren't they?
Yeah. Obviously, I think ours is better. I think we have the best running back in the state. They have probably the second best running back in the state. I'm really interested to see how they play a really good team, though. Because if you look at their schedule, it's kind of like, okay, the best team they played is Miller South. Yeah. And you can argue that, some other teams are good, too.
That's all they played.
They beat Miller South by 3 without Cam. Yeah.
That's
they've been having
pathetic.
super tough schedules, too.
It's. I think, they're probably over there like
Well, who'd they play first round? Lincoln Southeast?
Lincoln East.
Lincoln East.
They think they're the top dogs.
They do. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, they're so good. Maverick Noonan's amazing.
Yeah.
Doesn't even lead the team in sacks.
Really?
Oh, Takio is.
I'm serious.
Yeah, you go off that call.
It's their D tackle.
Yeah.
So, I think last week we played the all-time sack leader at North Platte. Blocked him really well. I think he had 1 sack against us. I think it was like in the start of the game. And then we made an adjustment and we rolled with it and it worked. I'm really excited for Friday though. It will be a dogfight. It'll be a low-scoring game. But I think our defense is
Better
they'll come up with a stop.
Whatever
Like,
defense plays better wins.
Yep. We were saying yesterday it's gonna be who flinches first.
So yeah, let's do that. You good on the line?
Score predictions?
2 things that you think each
Okay.
team needs to win the game.
Okay.
And then we'll like one each, and then give me your score prediction.
Okay.
1 each.
One for
Yeah.
each team.
One for each team.
Oh, do
So,
me
what do you think
last.
Prep needs
do
to
me
do?
last. Do go first.
Okay. For Elkhorn South, their defense has to step up. They can't allow Marty to get. They can't allow the RO line to get to the second level on blocks. They have to play fast. They have to be locked in and dialed. If they let our linemen get to the second level, it's a matter of time, right? Before we bust a big run. And I think for Prep, holding blocks for a little bit longer. And being able to get that second level. If they get to the second level, it changes the game completely because then Marty's working one-on-one with safeties, one-on-one with linebackers. I think and then overall, whatever team flinches first on defense is going to lose.
Score
let's have a
prediction.
big one. It's going to be low scoring. It's going to be a Big Ten level football game. I'm going to go 21-17 Prep.
That was gonna be mine.
21-17.
That was gonna be mine.
Yeah, I think either Ford hits a field goal late in the rain because I think it'll be 20. I don't think we'll kick a field goal past 30 yards because of the conditions and just the risk it holds. But I think Prep puts that. I think they're up. What would it be? 18-17 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I think Ford hits just a field goal late to put us up by 4. I think that's game.
Okay. Yeah, this score prediction is not easy.
No, it's not.
I think
it's not.
pretty generic
It
answer.
could be 3-10.
Both teams.
It could be like the state championship last year,
Yeah.
where it's 3-9.
Yeah.
For both teams to win, I think O-line and D-line.
Agree.
So I think
Could
Elk
be
South
trenches.
and Prep, whoever is the best O-line wins the game.
I agree.
And then defense is also going to have to prevent 2 of the best running backs.
In the
And then I think the biggest thing for both teams is putting points on the board because they're going to be hard to come by. So a field goal can win the game.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think a missed extra point could win the game, like a blocked one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like our guys get after it on extra
Dude,
points. Like,
Pargo,
guys lay out and
comes
stuff.
straight off the edge for sure.
I think we could,
However,
if we do get a momentum play on special teams, like a punt return for 40 yards, Pargo blocks a punt. I think the game's on that. If someone blocks a punt this week, that flips a playoff game on its head.
Yeah.
Another thing, the Elkhorn South linebackers have to play dialed in
Yeah,
the
well,
whole
that's
game.
kind of what I was gonna say too.
Like they can't. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Since
Well,
I stole
do you have a
yours.
score prediction?
yeah, I'm going to go 28-24.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
I think both teams have mainly ran the ball all year,
Uh-huh.
so the rain's gonna it'll have an effect, but
It
I don't think it'll have a drastic effect, to be honest,
Yeah.
because neither team really throws the ball around that much.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think Prep's got to move the ball, find a way to move the ball consistently.
Mhm.
I think this is gonna sound wrong, but I think play calling in this game is gonna be a big thing.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, from coaching wise, I think Prep's offensive coaching has to be good this game because if
Both
we
sides do.
both sides do
Because they're playing really good defenses on both
yeah,
sides of the ball.
yeah, and if someone can get the ball moving, I think if someone can pick up momentum early and figure out how to break down defense, I think that'll be big. And then what you said about Elk South, I was going more like for the run stopping game because with our line and with Marty, they're gonna have
Both
to
teams
figure
are
it
going to
out.
load the box.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially with
As they
conditions.
should.
Like, can Tony throw it? Yes, and that was evident on last Friday that we can throw the ball when we need to, like Eddie Shmoney.
Oh, Eddie played a great game.
Eddie's
man.
money.
I know.
Eddie's
Eddie's money.
I think that our secondary is kind of what holds us back, and they've been great all week. And I don't want to jinx it. It's going to knock on this wood right here. I think that if our secondary plays great and stops their main run game, I think we could beat it by 2 touchdowns. I just want to see how they're going to get tested and how they
10 to
respond.
14 J's.
I agree.
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea.
What do you
this
think?
week.
Another question.
It could be anything. It could be high scoring.
What do you think changes the game?
Turnovers.
Who do you think is going to cough it up?
I don't know. I think the team with the most turnovers loses the game.
That's
I
the
think
playoffs.
That's
time
usually how it
of
goes, but-
Possession matters.
Huh?
Time of possession matters for sure.
I agree. I think Acorn South will turn it over late. I think they'll be down by touchdown, and they're going to try to throw it. And I think Pargo will probably seal it with a pick.
I could see it.
I could too. You want to talk about other high school football games? And then we can get into CFP, which needs to be talked about. The CFP rankings.
What do we got on timestamp here? What?
We got 16 minutes. We can go till 25.
A little
25?
bit of time. So we have Westside versus Lincoln Southwest.
We know who's going to win that game.
I don't-
I could see Southwest giving them trouble, but that's it.
Yeah, trouble at most. Lord South at Grand Island.
Motov.
That's a.
Yeah.
I don't know who's winning.
I'm
that.
taking Cam. They could win that side of the bracket.
Prep Oak South. We've been over that, and then Ball West Gretna should be a great game.
I'm really interested to see how they play, considering they're not going to be able to throw the football.
I predict Bell West upsetting.
I got Gretna.
I
Their run
think
game.
they'll
Their
throw
run
the
game is
ball.
heavily underrated.
I'm just saying Bell West to be the different answer.
I
But
don't-
I could see it at the same
I don't
time.
think Bell West can run the football that effectively.
Because
their
they'll
strength-
still pass football.
I think they'll pass the football. I think there'll be a lot more bubble screen,
Yeah,
and wide
for
receiver
sure.
screen, jailbreak screen. I just think that Gretna's run game is heavily underrated. Isaiah Weber's really good. He's a
Yeah.
good running back, and people don't realize they're a 60-40 run team. I know they air it out a lot, and Zane's really good at throwing it, but they run the ball 40% of the time. It's a lot of RPO, stuff like that. I think their O-line's really underrated, and I think they could run the football down above US's throat. And win, too.
Yeah,
they could just hold that ball the whole game.
Yeah.
It could be low scoring. The last game they played together was high scoring. That game was
I
crazy.
think it was crazy.
And Bellevue West gave up 24
I
points in the
think it'll
fourth
be
quarter.
close.
But,
It'll be close either way.
yeah, I think it'll be a great game. I guess we got to talk about CFP because that's outrageous.
What? Oh.
Tennessee
college football.
won,
Yeah.
right? That's it's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Ohio State 2. Okay.
Well, Clemson didn't make the cut, right?
Clemson's at 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought they didn't make the cut.
No, they're over Michigan and Alabama. Michigan is still unbeaten.
Well, I like Alabama not being in there.
I don't think they'll make it. I think they're going to lose another game.
Yeah, me
They
too.
could lose this weekend.
Who-
And next weekend.
Who do they play?
They play Ole Miss this weekend, and
Yeah.
they're at LSU.
Yeah.
So I think they'll lose to Ole Miss.
I think they could.
I think they missed the playoffs this year.
Oh,
I
they will.
hope they do.
I think that they have
They
two. If they have
better.
2 losses, they won't make the SEC championship.
They got bailed out on that Texas game.
I don't think Tennessee wins college football playoff though.
I think.
No,
I think they lose to Georgia this
I don't
weekend.
think Tennessee goes all the way.
They're in Athens. That's a hostile place to play.
But that's gonna be probably one of the craziest games of the year.
Oh yeah, that'll be nuts. But I think Georgia will win. Home field advantage. I think. What's the Tennessee quarterback's name?
Hooker.
I think he'll win the Heisman. C.J. Stroud is not. I mean, he looks good.
I think Stroud's always been overrated. He's probably got the best weapons in college football.
Did.
Does.
You think so? Really?
I think OSU is wide receiver.
I think Tennessee's wide receivers are really underrated. Other than the one that had
but they're young.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Ohio State just
And
they always have the best receivers in the Big Ten at least.
they're dynamic too.
For
Like
sure.
they can run the football.
Who's their back this year?
What's his name? Henderson. Isn't it like Darnell Henderson or something like that?
I don't know.
I can't remember. He's good though.
Yeah.
They have 2 really good ones. They run kind of a split backfield sometimes.
Oh.
Who are the Scares got this weekend?
We'll get Minnesota
Yep.
There.
Here.
here.
You think we're making a bowl game? You think we go 6-6, or
No.
do you think we miss 5 and
No.
7?
Like I said the first week,
Fun time,
we
man.
missed the bowl game by 1 game. I think.
I think we
But
we lose out,
I think
boys.
at the same time,
I think we'll beat Iowa.
Yeah, I hope we beat Iowa.
I think we go 5-7. I think we win. I think we beat Wisconsin.
If we went 5-7 after all that's gone on this year, I'd be like okay with it.
Yeah, you think
Almost.
Mickey's going somewhere else? Don't you think he's gonna get offered?
Dude, he was getting looked at by SU there.
Yeah,
but so
Arizona
was
State?
Frost. Yeah.
They're not gonna hire Frost.
Well, let me tell you, they better not hire Frost.
I hope
I don't
not.
know. Frost would live it up down there.
That is true.
Frost would probably
That
like
is
it
true.
down there.
Um,
Maybe he just coaches better in warm climates.
Yeah. Well, next time the stream turns on, we could either be
in a great mood.
very happy or very heartbroken.
Yeah.
But I think we'll be happy.
I think we will be too.
Just to be Blitz out.